Both of our Redemption Bracket semifinal matches will be taking place one right after the other. We also have a Losers Bracket match in the main bracket for you after that. But first off, we will begin in our Redemption Bracket with the number 1 seed, afaelr, and the 4 seed, Edobean. And to help me call this action is our resident tech guru himself, Dark Aries. How are you doing this afternoon, Aries?
I'm doing a lot better because the stream doesn't sound like a robot.
Yeah, that's good. Always good to see that. Yeah, I expect this matchup to be very close. afaelr did come into this bracket with a 12-15 race average. Meanwhile, Edobean came in with a 13-03. Although afaelr did come out of his previous match with Theogotch with a somewhat competitive 3-0 victory, though he did average about a 13-05 for each race. So this one will be too close to call for both sides.
Yeah, I mean, I was looking at their personal bests, and they only differ by essentially 10 seconds. So in a race situation, it can really go either way. Because just because it's their personal best doesn't mean that that's the time they're going to get in the tournament. It's going to swing either forwards or backwards, but probably backwards.
Yeah, that's usually the case. Let's see here. Expect the lead to change hands quite early on in the beginning because of the random nature of this game. Even though Edo did have a little bit of a struggle with Lakitu, as people tend to do with Lakitu because he doesn't raise a stack at the beginning, but we're seeing those swings and momentum going on just fine. Just the way it happens with this game, because these panels are randomly generated and you have to react to them accordingly. So this is a best of 5 in this matchup. First to win 3 races wins and moves on to our Redemption Bracket finals, and this is also a single elimination tournament, so the loser will be gone. So there are plenty of stakes to play for here as we are nearing the end of this section of the tournament. Nice 20 seconds from afaelr. 30 from Edo, not wanting to give this up that so easily.
Yeah, they're doing pretty good so far. Now, Cards, you're a resident expert at this game. What is the general opening that we should be seeing them doing, in your opinion?
Oh, the beginning is definitely the most critical part. If you are not able to build up your balance of combos and chains, combos you get by matching more than 3 of the same panel in a row. Chains, you get certain matches to fall into each other, like Edo just did a 2-chain there. afaelr doing a 3-chain with a combo there. You want a nice mix of both, and ooh, pretty neat swap from afaelr, kind of showing why he's the top seed in this bracket. But you want a balance of combos and chains. I found that it generally takes anywhere between 5 and 9 lines of garbage, depending on how quickly you build them up, gets the job done. The combos that make these small garbage blocks that you'll see on both players' screens, the chains make the thick ones. And so you want to have a mix of both, because you're building up. You want to be able to build up 2 lines of garbage at a time. These opponents are just slow enough that it's simply an exercise in garbage stacking. So you just want to stack as much as you can. And looks like afaelr bringing together a little 3-chain, not quite what the book has on it, but you know what? With a really high stack, doesn't matter too much. 15 seconds is gonna be solid there. 16 from Edo, but she is starting to fall way behind here.
Yeah, it's kind of weird with this game. You can be you can be less than a minute apart, but I think up to 3 state, or probably 2. 3's really pushing it, but you can be 2 stages ahead and only be a minute behind. It's pretty ridiculous, but when the game is so small and compact, I mean, their personal bests are under 10 minutes, it makes sense. Again, it's just everything has to be relative to the way you see it, right? So...
Yeah, and even with the personal best as tight as they are, these players have been averaging well north of 10 minutes per race in this tournament. So until Bowser is dethroned, there's really no counting anyone out. And yeah, like here, Lunchfish gave Raphael a really hard time there, and Edo could just as easily beat him in 20 seconds. And this start is kind of helping to do that. X5, X6 with a 5 combo on the end. That's gotta be a solid starter. Yeah, 13 seconds. See? It happens just like that, and especially when we get to the end, when these opponents actually learn how to chain, when these opponents can actually put pressure on you right back without too much effort, we'll really start to see some variances in times at that point.
Oh,
one more line
so
needed for Raphael.
This is the moment where Edobean can get ahead, though.
This is certainly the time, although her opening chain has not done it yet.
Second tier.
Yeah, that's one of the things that can happen when you make a bunch of combos with your chains. Oof, just barely running out of time, Raphael there. But that's one of the things that happens when you send so many combos. Those when the garbage gets matched on them, they transform into regular panels, and these opponents search from top to bottom looking for their matches so they can go up there and find them. I can definitely put a damper into your plans. Oh, Raphael might need a bigger chain here. Going for it. X8. That will probably keep Hookbill up at bay for a while. Oh, okay. Raphael's playing a bit of a high stack there. A little dangerous. Edo, like, only like 6 seconds behind at this point. Yep. This is coming down to the wire. We are in the cave of wickedness where both players will be exposed to various levels of randomness, and this is really the place where the good runs come to die, or the decent runs become good. That you can never tell.
Yeah, we've had some upsets happen in the caves. It's not unheard of.
Yeah, upsets and long multiple minute stages. Expect all of that. It gets that crazy here.
What would be the ideal quick time for a stage in the caves?
Like if you're doing everything by the book a little bit, like what I try to write the book on this stuff, but when you're doing everything remotely well, under 20 seconds is something to see, but you won't be too disappointed with anything under 30 seconds, honestly.
Alright, good to know. I don't think any of them have gone under 30 seconds yet, but it's something to watch out for.
Raphael in a bit of a bind here, buried in garbage, not really putting a lot of pressure on Piranha Plant. Edo trying to work on another chain here. This should put the needed pressure on Naval.
Ooh.
Although the Piranha is going to clear that garbage, get some more work done.
That's it. Minute 24 is pretty rough, though.
Yeah, that can that like I said, that tends to go both ways too. Both players experiencing some rough Piranha Plants now. So here we are, 2 stages left. Kamek and Bowser usually have a habit of deciding these things. Kamek has in particular been really rough in these recent rounds. Okay, Kamek's not chaining too much.
Edo right there. She got the 7 combos.
Ooh! There we go! 18 seconds from Raphael.
That is really good.
Caught Kamek not chaining a whole lot at all. He has the advantage going into Bowser. Edo's Kamek not chaining too much either. Oh, just one more! She's not prepared to drop anything! This will work.
It worked out. It could have been a little bit quicker if she had one more line.
Alright, Raphael working on a 5 chain for Bowser. He's content with that. I think I would be too. But Bowser working on an X8 chain. Still plenty to work with. That garbage is going to get transformed. And we'll see how Raphael's working with something really low. Oh jeez. Alright, believe he's fine. Believe he's fine now. Edo still looking to put the pressure on. And they'll do it. 10:52 for Raphael. Oh, nice lag chain there from Edo. Getting a good sized chain built up really quickly, faster than the natural progression of ... chain ... chain that is the standard in this game. All right, 11-18. Edo finally gets it through. This is about well, it's probably a little faster than what I expected. Actually, both players had been running in the 12 to 13 minute range throughout this tournament, but both players are putting on a good enough show as it is. I know Edo has been playing this game one-handed more lately than normal because she's been dealing with work-induced shoulder surgeries and
oh boy
and the like. So she's found herself a little bit debilitated, but she's still showing here that she has what it takes.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, this can really swing anyway. There was only approximately 30 seconds difference between their times, so.
Honestly, I expect to see more of the same as we are just about ready to get our second race underway in this best of 5. It seems like when both players were getting their chains going, they were getting things going really fast. Both players are doing an okay job of finding combos within their chains. I thought there were a few times where Raphael could have started with a combo to make that a little bit easier, but we're definitely seeing both players putting in some work. Let's see here. Both players' first chains are a little bit on the light side.
Oh, we already have a good solid lead again, though.
There we go. 22 seconds from Raphael. Edo still working. Oh, still trying to top off Lakitu. 39 seconds finally. That's just the way Lakitu is. Since he doesn't raise his stack at the very beginning of the match, like ever, you generally need to make more garbage, and that can be a little bit of a tricky thing put up with, especially if you get yourself in the habit of sending slightly smaller chains against the rest of the foes. All right, Raphael scrambling to not get topped off by Bumpty here, throwing around lots of combos onto Raphael, and that's gonna let Edo take this early lead here, 19 seconds. Just for some perspective on how fast these stages can go, the world record for this category averages 16 seconds per stage, so anything under 20 is definitely worth seeing. Oh, man, Edo really going hard with these chains. X7. Lots of combos there, but
that's it, yeah. 27 seconds.
There we go. And Raphael is again struggling a little bit with the opening chain. He's having to work in multiple medium-sized chains to have a real shot at this.
No.
Edo has mostly been able to get the job done with just one chain.
Well, this is interesting. Okay. That was really weird. I thought it was in the Twilight Zone for a second.
Well, it wouldn't be a proper stream without some form of technical difficulties.
Oh, absolutely. It's how you christen any stream, is to have technical difficulties.
Alright,
So
22 seconds for Edo.
Yeah, she's still ahead by a whole stage. Oh, that's a quick
14
stage,
from
though,
Raphael. There you go. That will get him back in the game. Okay, Edo with no combos in this chain going big. X8.
Oh, that might be it.
This might work eventually.
Yep.
And it will.
20 seconds flat.
That is some cool beans. Raphael working on a big chain of his own, going to X7. Screen is shaking a lot from the big chain, making an impact on the field. That's one of the reasons why you would try to keep the chains down if you can get enough combos to fill the empty space. But the first rule is to top them off by any means necessary. So if you need the big chains to fill the opponent's stack, then that's just what you're gonna have to do.
Yeah, you gotta be flexible in the way you play, and you have to pay attention to what's going on in that other half of the screen. Can't get tunnel vision.
So easy to do. Like even I will end up getting focused on my own things from time to time. Like I will try to look over at key points to see if I need to extend certain chains by a little bit, but this game loves to overwhelm you with lots of stimuli. It's just one of those games that's meant to be really flashy in its presentation, and it can get very distracting at times.
I think that might be happening to Edo right now, since she's lost her lead. She's still on stage 6, almost hitting a minute and a half. Oh,
13
boy.
seconds from Raphael. That lead is growing. Wow.
And the worst part is for Edo. Oh, that's a decent amount of garbage, but that's not enough. The opponent still has enough stop time to just be able to deal with it with ease. It's not a good place to get stuck. Oh, there we go.
Getting through.
Minute 45 though. That's rough. Going from having the lead to most of the time up until that point, and then getting a whole stage and 2 behind.
And when we say stop time, you notice in this game, if you're seeing it for the first time, that the stack gradually inches upwards towards the very top, and when the game breaks through the top of the screen, like Raphael the Raven just did, then you lose. So you're trying to constantly put your opponent in a lose condition the entire time. And when you make combos and chains, you can make the stack stop rising for a time. It is the stop time that you get from making combos and chains that we refer to in that instance. So part of the challenge of this speedrun is to manipulate your opponents having as little stop time as you can. And one of the reasons you don't want to make big chains, you don't want the screen to shake so much. Wow, Raphael's styling on
Yeah.
with some of these chains. Holy moly! Got some two frame slides, some frame perfect catches, catching things, sliding things under falling things. Raphael really showing off here. But
Hookbill's taking him a little bit for a ride.
well, that's just the cave, and every little chain, chain just adds so much stop time, but not quite enough there. But you don't want to make the screen shake from big chains that you send, because the game's not checking for a stop time while the screen is shaking, so you can't actually lose while the screen is shaking. So that's why I recommend a mix of combos and chains. Raphael slowing down a little bit to try and find an open to this chain, not quite getting the right open. Moving a little bit slowly here. Edo now getting to Hookbill with an X6 chain. Catching a Hookbill, trying to flatten a stack. 7 combo for the garbage clear. These foes do like their vertical combos to try and clear garbage. Oh, Edo needed one more line.
That's the problem. You gotta make sure it's as much as. Let me rephrase this into proper English terms here, because I can't English currently. You want to, while being able to chain and combo efficiently, you also need to be able to drop it efficiently. And if you mistime it, it's harsh. Doesn't matter how big it is. If you drop it too late, it's not gonna do anything.
That is really next level though. It's hard to have that much control over your chains to be able to time them that effectively. Ooh, force kill. Force kill on Raphael, going out just as Edo is going in. We are getting down to the nitty-gritty here.
I mean, if Edo gets a quick kill on one of the stages, he is right tied back up. They've been averaging over a minute on these stages, so if you get anything within like 30 seconds, you have a good chance to catch up and take the game.
4 chain for Raphael's Kamek. So it's generally good enough, but it usually demands a follow-up, and you know, Raphael may have made the follow-up too big. Otherwise, Kamek might have been topped off completely. Don't look now. Don't look now. Here comes Edo.
Yeah, 45 seconds. Still under a minute. So there's a good little break that she got herself there.
Kamek's trying to waste all the time. He's going to end up wasting all of his panels in the process. And that will do it. 48 seconds for Raphael's Kamek, with the advantage going into Bowser. And Bowser tends to... even Bowser tends to play a bit of a different game than everyone else. So don't be surprised if all of a sudden Bowser decides to go ham for a couple minutes.
Yeah, it's not the best time for Raphael to get sub-minute there on that stage. Hopefully Edo can come back, but it's looking rough.
Her chains have not been solid enough here.
The thing is, we have seen comebacks happen, so there's still another match that happens, and she can just take the next 3. Easy peasy. Oh!
Oh, Edo just took the L.
That's
not good.
That's rough. I know I'm constantly using the term rough, but I'm trying to stay PG here, as this channel is Puzzle General.
Alright, 11:39 for Raphael, taking the 2-0 series lead in this best of 5. I get all Edo can really do here is try and get in the right amount of practice. 23 seconds at the end. That is a good way to begin to close out this game. Edo trying to show some flashes of brilliance here at the end of the second race. So Aries, what have you been able to see from Edo so far that you might see she might be able to improve on to save her tournament life here?
I mean, the mechanics are there, the gameplay's there. Like I've mentioned, and she's shown she can do very large combos to open up, which is what you're kind of looking for. You want the large combo, and you want some chains afterwards. You want to mix things up. I think all the skill set is there. It's just better execution. So everything's there. It's just need to improve on it and execute better. That's really all it is there, and that comes with practice, honestly. So. Because really, when you take a look at the two of them, they're so similar in skill set. It just comes down to the nitty-gritty between the two of them, and that's where you're gonna have those differences there. It's not really a difference of, oh, this person's severely greater at this aspect, or this person's severely greater at this aspect. It's just this person is slightly better most of the time overall.
So yeah, there is some stuff for Edo to clean up here, but she has shown the capability that she can hang with Raphael here. She's finally done about 14:21 by her timer. Not the kind of effort that she would have liked to have seen, but she's got one more chance to crawl out of this.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, Raphael now on match point. So we are about to get this game 3 underway. Raphael showing that he's on his above average game. I'd probably grade his play at a B right now. Edo is basically playing to her level at the immediate moment. So she has got some stepping up to do. And as Aries mentioned earlier, probably some execution type issues left to clean up as we get this game 3 underway.
Twitch delay is literally the worst.
Well, it gives us an opportunity to see how it gives us an opportunity to focus and see how much of a troll Lakitu will be once again. afaelr getting a nice vertical 8 combo to start. Edo getting a much bigger open.
Yeah, that's a way better start in comparison.
Oh, Lakitu stack was so low though. I would have needed another 2 lines. She's got the follow up here though. 22, 23 seconds. Radically different approaches, getting about the same result. That's Tetris Attack for you.
It is the early stages though. I mean, there's multiple ways to get something done, right? So, and in these early stages, you have so much leeway in comparison, because it always starts off where it's like, okay, I moved. It's like that pace, and then and then it ramps up to the Bowser where it's like tick 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 tick.
And one thing I am starting to oh no afaelr just absolute absolute mental brain collapse.
That's
taking
not rough.
the
That's
L on
devastating.
Bumpty. Wow. Like that could be demoralizing. That's not just a bad time loss. You feel bad inside after one of those.
You're probably questioning like what did I do wrong? What did I do wrong in life to lose on the second stage?
Just get so focused on finding some way to respond, and you don't notice that your stack is at the very top. It happens to everyone. So
what? Again?
What? I was trying to.
That's a tilt if I've ever seen one.
Wow. I was admittedly focused on Edo's opening on Poochie, and she's able to blame Poochie in 21 seconds, but jeez. Didn't think Bumpty was capable of bringing that much. There we go, 14 seconds. And he's back in the game. He's back at it mentally now.
This is the thing. The better player you are, the more comfortable you are at playing with a higher stack. Because the higher your stack, the more opportunities you'll get to do your combos and chains. It's just math at that point. The more pieces you have, the more you can do. And there is just a lapse, probably some tunnel vision, where that barrier probably overshot just maybe one line mentally and just crumbled twice. He's probably going to be super self-aware about it now, though, which honestly probably going to slow him down, because now he constantly have to think, I can't have it that high, can't have it that high, can't have it that high.
But yeah, you kind of have to. You have to constantly have that ammunition. You constantly have to be able to put pressure on these opponents in order to not end up with the lowest time. So that will be interesting to see how that situation develops over the course of this match. Edo is getting off to more than a stage lead at this point. Both players finishing about 20 seconds on their next stages. So Edo needs to strike while the iron is hot here. I'm also noticing that both of these players are generally starting with with a 4 in a row combo as opposed to maybe a 5 or 6 at a time combo that would probably be a bit more recommended for players to try and get, because getting 4 in a row is easy. Like you see what Edo put onto Blarg there. You can make a whole bunch of different 4 combos during a chain. Getting 4 in a row is rather straightforward for these players to do. So I would not really start with a 4 in a row combo unless maybe you get like 8 at a time, which that actually creates 2 lines of garbage as opposed to the 1 for most combos. So I wonder.
No,
I wonder if this. Yeah, I'm not seeing too much of it, and yeah, Raphael making up a lot of time there.
I think it just honestly might be a race thing, because obviously doing a 5 takes more time. You have to find the 5th panel, right? And you can easily adjust your brain to... Whoa, that was quick. You can easily adjust your brain to find combinations of 4 than it is to 5, because it's 1 less piece you have to find, right? So I think in just the race environment, instead of going for what would be more optimal, they're going for just what is barely good enough. Kind of shaving corners here and there just because they're trying to get to the finish line ASAP. It probably is actually detrimental, but I understand the logic.
Yeah, we are in the redemption bracket. After all, we're getting to a range of players that maybe do not have all of the skill of the top competition, but that you might see in the main bracket. But there's definitely a lot of ability still there. Like these tournaments get really stacked with talent and near simultaneous finish. Raphael making up a lot of time there. We are basically even going into the Cave of Wickedness. Let's see which run here dies to the Cave's whims. Edo getting 4 chain to start, following up another 2 chain. Oh, no combos. There were no combos down, so that could have been a really quick victory. Instead, she will have to wait.
Now, Raphael did get the combo in, so let's see if he manages to get a quicker clear than she does.
Oh, that four combo, that 2 chain, that like even those basic combos and chains get you like a couple of seconds of freedom of stop time, and they can still be a bit of a lifesaver. So Hookbill saving himself against Edo, but ooh, almost getting there. But Raphael now moving on and showing off again. Going X8
due to the lack of a combo, I'll actually be personally upset. It just goes to show how important keeping to the checklist is. Combo, chain, combo, chain, combo. The combo has to be before the chain. In this game, it has to be there. If you skip it, it hurts. It hurts.
Yeah, it's more or less a sting after the fact. Like you don't know how much it hurts until you've already lost 30-40 seconds. Losing all that time on a single stage is just devastating.
It's like leaving for Christmas vacation and realizing you left your kid at home.
Alright, both Piranha Plants going ham here. Edo does seem to be putting on a sufficient amount of pressure. 50 seconds, alright, she actually made up a little ground on Raphael as he heads into Kamek. 2 stages to go. 2 stages to a possible 3-0 sweep.
She's not far behind. If he takes over a minute, she takes under a minute. It really just comes down to those 30-second intervals, honestly.
Kamek just throwing down the X8 chain like it was nothing. Raphael's going to have to build up a lot more here. And certainly throwing down all of the ability to bring a lot more. There's the next 6. Kamek will have to deal with that one for a while. But it's not enough. Edo might have something here. 28 seconds!
Yep.
She takes the lead going into Bowser!
Raphael is not in a good spot. He let Kamek throw so much garbage on top. He doesn't have many panels to go through. He has to go through the slow motions of clearing the garbage line by line to be able to fight back. I mean, you can do chains off of the garbage, but it takes so much time in comparison.
So Edo here, X4 with another X4, X5. She's throwing down multiple chains here. And I don't know if she's consciously doing this.
What is Bowser? Oh.
Barely.
Meanwhile,
Barely
Kamek
there.
on the other side, it's like, I'm clearing everything.
And Edo
Whoa.
stays alive. 10:59. She got good. She got good in a hurry, and she will be keeping her tournament chances going.
I feel like I should just have like a meme GIF category of somebody just like randomly tackling somebody right as they're at the finish line, because that's what happened here. Edo's like, boom. Not gonna let you take the win.
She did bring it at the end, and might be resuming the trend we've been having recently of games going 2-0 and then suddenly it gets reversed to 2-2.
But those are so good.
We've been having so many of those games in the past couple of weeks. Edo's gonna be looking to do the same thing if she wants to stay alive. Although in every one of those circumstances, the person who started 2-0 eventually won the match, so maybe things aren't looking that great for Edo. But still much time left to tell. Raphael getting a hard time from Bowser. 12:29 for Raph. So Edobean down 2-1 now, looking to make the reverse sweep.
It'd be amazing if there was a broom called the reverse sweep.
Does it make a bigger mess as you use it?
Yeah.
I guess so. That's the only way it can work in reverse, I suppose.
It's like the reverse of a vacuum. It comes in the handle. There's just packs of compacted dirt, and whenever you sweep, it just like comes out. It's like the ultimate thing if you want to have a dirty home.
Well, there might be people that actually want that, but I don't know if I know any of those people. All right, so as you can see, both players are entering the game, then exiting, and then re-entering with the secret code for very hard mode. Already entered the first time. It's a secret command. You have to hold the L shoulder button and up while selecting hard mode to get this hardest mode that was branded V Hard in Pokemon Puzzle League, so that's where the naming convention comes in there. And for some tournament safety, both players electing to already set it so that way the combination does not have to be entered at the start of the race, because we did definitely saw people earlier this tournament not have the command held in while starting the race. So we've had some false starts here, but not happening in this match by any stretch. Yeah, Edo still recovering a bit from her surgeries. She's taking a little bit of a break, but we will be getting this next match up shortly. And I'm left to myself wondering what afaelr needs to do to pick it back up, because I have to figure that double loss to Bumpty may still be eating at him just a little bit.
Deep breaths, counting to 3, just letting it go. It's the best way to do it. Don't let yourself get rattled. Don't overthink it. It happened. It's done. Milk's out of the bottle, carton, bag if you're Canadian. It's just time to go. Can't change it.
Alright, Edo's trying to start with a 5 combo here, although her chain is a bit short. The combos are good, the chains are not there yet, so she's going to be spending a bit of time here. Lakitu getting the chance to go second tier with that clear. Oh, that's just wow. Just wow, just so much little, like so much little chunks of time being wasted, and that adds up huge. Lakitu definitely trying to set the tempo for the rest of this race. Oof, Lakitu almost got a 9 combo against Edo, or her next stage would her Lakitu time would have been even worse. Game's not giving much mercy here.
It's like it knows the stakes. Has Tetris Attack been Skynet all along?
There are fabled puzzle gods in this community. We do have to wonder if the puzzle gods are sentient.
I mean, on the bright side, if Skynet does take over, we know that if we send it enough garbage, it will lag and slow down to nothing.
Oh, let's just hope that they don't use Pokemon Puzzle League. That might be a bit of an issue.
Nah, they're probably smart enough to use Wii Virtual Console, and we'll just use 3D mode. It's all good. I have contingency plans for everything.
Just like you have to have in this game. You gotta have a contingency for every little stage setup you run into. Oh, Edo just a little bit short there. afaelr going to the 8 combo at the very start. With a 6 chain, 7 chain. Nice snazzy little switch there. And there we go, 18 seconds. While Wiggler, for whatever reason, decides to go for vertical combos when garbage is on top of them. There was a 5 combo there. That was going to take a really long time to do. And yeah, Wiggler had no time for that.
Yeah, so far afaelr's on really good pace. I don't think he's had a stage over approximately 30 seconds so far. So, according to the rule book, duh rules, he's doing pretty good.
Edo, on the other hand, Wiggler is giving her a lot of grief. Raphael is starting to pull away here.
Yeah, it's pretty early too. It's honestly kind of weird. If you take not the matches themselves, just the way where the separation happens, where somebody gets ahead. If we take a look into the last match that I helped out with, which was FFR and I Like Being Smart, her personal best time is literally minutes behind FFR. But the split didn't really happen until the caves, which is when the AI kind of shifts around, everything gets a little bit harder and everything. Here, on the other hand, the separation happens a lot earlier. Like, literally within that 5-stage mark is where this happens. And it's just an interesting contrast between the two. A lot closer in their time frames, and somehow the separation happens a lot closer to the start of the match.
Yeah, I have also been noticing, like, even in some of my own matches in this tournament, that split will not happen for a great deal until the cave, as the competitors at the top of the top are just that closely packed in together. Here in the redemption bracket, you do get to see a bigger range of competitors that decide to try their hand at this tournament, and you do get a little bit more separation there, but the games are still thrilling all the same. Ooh, I'm liking Raphael. I'm liking Raphael's chain on the Raven. 6 chains, several combos. Oh, almost.
Almost. Edo had a 35-second stage, which closes the gap a little bit. If she can just continue keeping around that 30-second mark, she might have a better chance to overtake again.
36 seconds for Raphael. He's about 35 seconds faster out of this cave than he was, I believe, in game 2. So he is definitely on good pace at the moment. Edo just has not been able to get her opening chains going all that well. So she has been falling behind quite a bit in necessary pressure.
Yeah, still keeping that stage in the rear going on there, but I mean, we've seen at this point that Raphael can be vulnerable and even died twice on the second stage, so at this point there's a chance. I mean, it's like 2 cookies with worse, but there's a chance that he'll just screw up, which would lead to a very, very interesting match.
Yeah, we even at this point where Raphael's lead has extended to about 2 full stages now. This is still anyone's game. Like any stage could end up going like 3 minutes, and it would put a monkey wrench in everyone's plans at that point. And you know what? Piranha Plant started to chain here in X4, but you know, oh wow, almost out of time there for Piranha Plant. I don't think he can survive.
No.
Nope. Once the screen shook, that was all gone. Like Piranha Plant just barely had enough to to survive that initial onslaught, but did not have any sort of combo lined up.
There was an attempt at second tier. It was a valiant attempt.
Even the piranha plane is not that fast. Holy lag chains, Batman! Raphael quickly building up an X6 on Kamek.
Yeah, this stage is looking promising for him right now.
Alright, the combos were there. I think the follow-up chain is also there. 26 seconds. Raphael is really on the pace to sub 10 here.
And, unfortunately, even if he dies on Bowser, like, 3 times, I don't know if that would be enough for Edo to come back.
Raphael the Raven being a real butt here. You hate to see that. You hate to see one stage, like even before the cave, just one single stage take up so much time. 2:45 Raphael. Edo cannot be pleased with that one. He's almost 10 minutes going into the cave.
I mean, in a sense, it's kind of a poetic way to go out. Your opponent's Raphael. You got stuck on the stage, Raphael. Food for thought.
Well, don't look now. Raphael's not getting quite enough onto Bowser yet. Even a minute in. Oh, snazzy chains again from Raphael. Very quick X4 into an X5. And you know what? Edo's coming. 25-second hook bill.
There's that last minute dash.
There's a glimmer of hope. And does Bowser have time here? Oh, he may run out of panels. Oh! Just barely gets those purples in time. Oh, he's got nothing left. He has nothing left. Literally nothing left. One more line, but nothing behind that either, so. And 11 minutes, 10 seconds. Raphael, our top seed in this redemption bracket, will be moving on to the finals with a 3-1 match victory. Winning by 2 stages in the last race. That is a bit of an impressive showing, I must say.
Now,
Raphael definitely stepped his game up at the end.
I know that Raphael isn't necessarily a showboat or anything like that, but with this win and him being first seed, winning with such a large stage like that, I just imagine somebody just like football's in season. We'll use football, just slamming that ball into the ground while there's like somebody else just the whole field away. Just like, yep, I did that. That's why I'm the quarterback.
It's not usually the quarterback that's spiking.
I don't watch football, okay? I'm surprised I remember
not even
what a
CFL?
quarterback is.
You don't watch
any
CFL?
Even Canada doesn't watch CFL. I am not even joking. Like, it is...
Oh, man.
It's pretty sad. I think my brother went to a Hamilton Ticats and Toronto Argonauts game, and the tickets were 30 Canadian. That's cheap. And to be fair, I mean, to put into perspective, you can go to a hockey game in Buffalo with the Sabres for about that price at the nosebleeds. He was front row seats, approximately. Like that first section of the bleachers, he was there. So, yeah, nobody watches CFL.
Duly noted. Edo, now on to the final stage here. A valiant effort, but she will be eliminated in a third, tied for third place. Well, actually, that we might. I don't know yet. We might have a bronze medal match for this tournament. I'm not sure yet, but she would have the opportunity to compete for that if she so desired. 1401. Ooh, even by Edo's standards, she laid a couple of eggs. She can't be that pleased with it, but she has had a decent enough showing in this tournament, so she can't be too displeased with how she performed overall. So congrats to both competitors. So that will do it for Edo's tournament, but afaelr will have the opportunity to win the redemption bracket pending the result of the next semi-final match, which we will be bringing to you shortly. I'm not sure if we want to actually try and